Hi, welcome to Chris Cook for YouTube. Today I'm going to be doing a garlic buttered salmon packet. And I know that's a mouthful, but there's a lot of heat here in Virginia and you don't want something heavy sitting on your stomach when there's a lot of heat. And I think this is going to be refreshing. I think it's going to be light and something that you would truly enjoy. So let's get started with what you're going to need. First off, parchment paper, because that's what we're going to make the packet out of, and any parchment paper will do. Then you're going to need corn, because we're going to stick corn in there. We're going to have some shrimp. We're going to make like a little sauce for it, and I can put that together for you now. Here I have some melted butter, and the sauce should be the first thing that you do. I have some minced garlic, which I'm going to take maybe about a half tablespoon of minced garlic, and I'm just going to put it down into the melted butter. Then I'm going to add to that about a spoonful of Italian seasonings. Okay, now that's really all that you're going to need in order to make the sauce that's going to go on top of your salmon packets or your salmon fish. But I do have, that should be enough. I do have something that I bought at my local Harris Teeter store, and this is just a garlic and herb. And I just wanted to try it. You know, you go into the store and you pick up something and you want to just try it to see how it works out. And I did do, because it's open, I did do a little taste test, and I kind of like the taste. So what I'm going to do, and this was a marinade mix, but I'm going to go ahead and put it in here. This is about a teaspoonful. Now that's optional, so that's not something that you need. And the reason why the first thing you want to do is to go ahead and make up whatever's going to coat your fish, is because you want that all of the flavors to marinate together. So what you do is you just go ahead and mix that and then sit that to the side. Now, the vegetables that I'm going to be using inside of my packet is going to be, I like onion, but I don't like asparagus. So I'm going to use onion in mine. You can use whatever choice of vegetables that you want to use. So I'm going to use zucchini, asparagus, squash, and I'm also going to use carrots. Okay, I have this lemon sitting here because this lemon also goes inside of the sauce that I'm going to put over the fish. So I put about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice over in there, and of course you're going to salt to taste. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go away, I'm going to get everything all mixed up, and then I'm going to come back, going to show you how to put this packet together. Now, I want to tell you something about this fish. Here is 2 pieces of salmon fish. And what I want to do here is I want to cut this into, say, 2.5 inch pieces. So everybody, I'm trying to make 10 packets. So I have the fish here, and I'm going to cut it into 2.5 inch strips, maybe a little bit longer, maybe 3, and that's going to go in each packet, and I should get 10 pieces out of this. Now you also I want you to look at the color of that fish. That fish is very, very bright orange. That's exactly what you're going to need. This is a wild caught salmon. What it actually means is that this came from the ocean. This was not homegrown, because whenever it's home or farm grown, a lot of that they inject it with processed, with antibiotics that they use in the fish. That's what they inject it with. I didn't want that for my fish. I prefer to have the wild caught. So this is what I got. Now, if you get a brighter color than this, 9 times out of 10 it has been injected with a chemical. So you don't want that. So I'm going to go away and get everything all mixed up together, or get everything all cut up, so I can come back and show you how to put together this delicious but light meal. I'll be right back. Okay, now I'm back and I'm ready to put together the pouch that we're going to make with the vegetables inside. Here I've already cut up the squash. I cut up some of the zucchini. I've julienne the carrots, And I do have the onion back there. Remember, I told you I was the only one that was probably going to eat the onion because I don't eat asparagus. And here's the asparagus right there. And I have some cubed corn along with the butter. Now, I did add some salt to the sauce that's going to go, or the marinade, or that's going to go, or the seasonings, whatever you want to call it, that's going to go over the fish. So I just wanted to show you that. And you may still need some salt. You can always add some more. Here I take 3 of the asparagus and I'm going to put it down. On top of that, I'm going to put a little bit of the squash. I'm going to put some of the zucchini because I'm making like a bed for the fish. And then on top of that, I'm going to put some of the carrots that have been julienne. I am preheating my oven to 400 degrees, and that's going to be enough to cook the fish. And I'm going to cook the fish for roughly 15 minutes. Now, I'm going to lay down on top of this a piece of the fish. And this is roughly about a 2.5-inch slice of fish. And I showed you the fish prior, and all I did was just cut it. Now, on top of that, I'm going to go ahead and put some of the seasonings that I've pre-mixed with the butter on top of the fish. On top of that, I'm going to add 3 of the shrimp. Okay, now it does not take salmon a long time to cook. Roughly, you can cook salmon in about 6 minutes if you're going to braise it up underneath your oven or roast it off. This is going to be equally as fast. It will be, only because I'm covering it with this parchment paper, it's going to take a little bit longer to cook. That's why I said about 15 minutes. Now, I moved this over just a little bit because this needs to be half of, let me just get that off. Okay. This needs to be half of your paper. So you got it. You have your piece of fish and the bed that it's laying on. You have it on half of your paper. Then you're going to fold this parchment paper over. Okay, I wanted to add one other thing because I didn't add it. So let me go ahead and add, that's just the corn. Okay, I've added the corn to it. Okay, now I'm going to take, and everything in here takes a small amount of time to cook. So don't worry about something's going to be done and something's not going to be done. Everything is going to be done together. So then you fold your parchment paper over, and you can use aluminum foil if you prefer. Then you're going to seal this by folding it small fold. I'm going to fold it about 4 times. That's the second fold. That's the third fold. And this will be my 4th fold. Now, it's not going to, if you use aluminum foil, you'll get a pouch that will stay together. But don't worry about that because of the 4 folds, it will not come out. So you won't have juices all over your oven. Everything's going to stay inside of the fold that you created. Now, on this side, I'm going to fold to lock this together. I'm going to fold this about 3 times. If you can get 4, then fold it 4. If you can't, don't worry about it. Okay, that's 3 times. That's going to keep that from coming out. Now, when I release this, it will open up just a little bit. See, it did, but it will not, your juices will not come out. Okay? Now, I'm going to do this the same way. I'm going to fold it. I'm going to fold it. I'm going to fold it again. Okay? Here is how my pouch is going to look. Okay? My juices will not come out. And this is the way I want it to be when it's in my oven. Now, I'm just going to stick this over here, and I'm going to have you watch me fold one more. Okay? So, here it is. Mine is a non-stick finish. I have a non-stick parchment paper, so I don't have to worry about putting any oils on it. If yours does stick, then you can put a little bit of olive oil on it if you choose to. But you really don't need to do it for the one that I'm using. I'm going to put down 3 more of the asparagus. Then I'm going to add to that, and they don't have to touch. I mean, you're just making a bed. Then I'm going to add to that some of the squash. I'm going to add to that some of the zucchini. And on top of that, I'm going to put some of the julienne carrots. Now, for mine, I'm going to add some onion. And I told you why that is. That's because I don't care for asparagus. Now once I've laid that down, then I'm going to take a piece of my fish and I'm going to lay that directly on top of the bed that I have created for the fish. Okay? Then I'm going to take some of the marinade or the seasonings that I have, and I'm going to spread that all over my fish to give my fish some flavor. Okay? Now, whatever seeps down, that's going to be helping my, as well as my fish juices, that's going to be helping my vegetables that's up underneath. Now I'm going to take and I'm going to wedge it with 2 pieces of corn, 1 piece of corn. You don't even have to use the corn if you choose not to. And then on top, I'm going to put my 3 shrimp. You don't have to do the shrimp if you don't want to. I just wanted some added garnish for it, something I thought my family would enjoy. Now, since I have my fish on half of the paper, I'm going to take the other half of the paper and I'm going to fold it over the top of the pouch that I have made it. Then I'm going to crease it. Pull it up, crease it. Like I said, if this is hard for you, use aluminum foil. It doesn't matter. But this is fine. You can do it with this. You can do it with aluminum foil if that's what you choose to do. Then you're going to seal up this side. As long as you get that double fold, don't worry about the rest, because then it will not seep out. Okay? So get your double fold. Okay? There you go. And then on this end, make sure that you have it sealed. You're going to do the same thing. If it opens out a little bit, don't worry about that. It's not going to come out. Just make sure that you get 4 creases. As long as you get 4 creases, 3 or 4, you're going to be fine. There you have it. Okay? Now I'm going to take this again, cook it in the 400-degree oven for roughly about 15 minutes. And once I get done with this, I'm going to come back and show you what the finished product looks like. Okay, we're back, and my daughter is going to bring me the fish that was in the oven in a pouch. Here it is. And this was very, very simple. As you can see, I did very, very little in order to make this. Matter of fact, I think I only got up from my seat maybe 1 time. So I'm going to cut 2 of these open just so you can see them, and I'm going to place them down on a plate because they're hot. Okay? There's my fish and my vegetables. None came out of the pouches. Look at the pan. Nothing came out of the pouches. So everything is good. Now this is still hot. So I had some leftover butter sauce, and I'm just going to put a little bit more of that on the top and hit this just with a little bit of lemon juice. I'm going to put it down on this plate, and you don't even need a plate. Okay? I'm going to open up one more and do it. And like I told you, these things are hot. So you want to slit your pouch open. Let them eat from the pouch. Okay? And then you're going to take and put, if you have some butter sauce left, and you will, you're going to take, because that was 1 stick of butter, and you're going to layer that over the top of your fish. And you can see my fish did cook. Not a problem. Put just a little bit more lemon juice down on it and place it on the plate. You can still see the steam coming from the fish. Okay? And there you have it. Chris is making salmon in a pouch. Very, very little cleanup. Not too much. It wasn't too much maintenance in order to prepare it. That can be your meal on a hot summer's day. Just wanted to bring something to you that I thought that you could use to help you out when it's so much heat outside and you don't know what to cook and you want to give your family something light. Okay? Thank you for watching Chris Cook for You Too. As always, you know that I care about you. Glad that you're watching my channel. Go check out my book. Bye.